Can you give me your little time and listen to this message? It's for you as an Africa and you politicians. Africa has been sick and tired of wrong leaders. And I'm going to talk about leadership that Africa needs. Africa needs transformational leadership. Transformational leadership. A kind of leader that does not only addresses a current problem but also inspire lasting change. Here are the keys and the quality of leadership Africa needs today. Number one, visionary leadership. A man who can see afar off. A man who is enlightened. A man who have what it takes to lead the people. It means leaders can see beyond today and develop long-term plans. You call yourself a president. You don't have any key to unlock any door. You are just making noise. This is what we have been seeing in Africa. We want a leader who can see afar off. Who can see beyond today. That what we are doing today can take Africa to the next step. Africa needs direction. And if a leader doesn't have these eyes, then the whole nation makes their direction. Clear goals for development and peace and prosperity. Like Kwame Nkrumah, like Ibrahim Traoré, like Nelson Mandela, and so on. Leaders who have a dream beyond personal gain. Number two, servant leadership. Africa, we don't have leaders who are servant, but now we have someone like Ibrahim Traoré. The mind of serving his people. A leader who put the needs of the people above their own. Not enriching themselves and few people around them. Now think about the needs of the people. Think about a child in a village who cannot have a clean water to drink. Who walk some miles before going to school. A child who crosses rivers before going to school. Children who find it very difficult eating morning, having breakfast before going to school. Servant leadership. To end corruption, self-centered governance, and misuse of power. Misuse of power. Misuse of power. Ask yourself, if you are president of any African country and you are not misusing the power, intimidating, oppressing, because you have power, you use the soldiers, you use the police for your own gain. You are not a leader Africa is looking for. Number 3, accountability and transparent leadership. Accountability and transparent leadership. A man who is ready to give account. Who is not afraid when he is questioned about his responsibilities. He is ever ready. Leaders who are honest, open, and willing to be held responsible. Not pushing any. You see, they come and they lament and they still, preach as if they are in opposition. To rebuild trust between the government and the people, and to end mismanagement of public funds. Now, wow. Now what? I said most of African leaders should go to Burkina Faso and learn. Now, my wish is that Ibrahim Traoré will establish school of government, that anybody who will be accepted as a president have to go through that school. And the principal must be Ibrahim Traoré, because that young man have all that it takes. Youth inclusive leadership. Now, a president who will find qualities in the youth and bringing the youth, motivating youth inclusive leadership. That is number 4. Leadership that empowers youth, empower young people to lead and participate. They don't only use them at their campaigns. No, when they are going on their campaign, they use the youth. When power is given to them, then they look around for their friends. They empower the youth. Over 60% of Africa's population is under 25 years. Yet, their voice are often silent. 25%. No, 60% of African population are 25 years. That means 40 are old people. 60 are youth. So if we want to have a great continent, we have to empower the youth. But African youth are silent. Peaceful and unifying leadership. Leaders who bring people together across tribe, region, or classes. Now, we can find this in the life of Ibrahim Traoré. Not because I'm a Muslim, so uplift Muslims. No, this is not leadership Africa is looking for. Who bring people together to stop civil wars, political division, and ethical conflict. And we see all this in the life of Ibrahim Traoré. Development oriented leadership. Leadership focus on education, healthcare, agric. Yep. Leadership that focus on education. Agric, that is my number one quality I want to see any good or faithful African leader. You see, we have the land. God has given us rich and fertile land. We can plant what we eat, and we will eat what we plant. If you want Africa to transform, we must think, number one, about agriculture. This motivated me to speak about Nana Kwame Bediako. The first message I heard about him, that Ghana, we have the agric, but we don't have the culture. I said, wow, this young man has a message. This young man has something to give out. Development oriented. You think about development. You think about productivity. You think about investment. Because your input is your output. Ghana city cannot stand against any outside current if we are not building our nation with agriculture. Get this. Now, keeping gold is okay. But let me tell you, we cannot eat gold. But we can eat rice. We can eat beans. So any leader or any leadership in Africa that does not involve in agriculture failed. To end poverty, hunger, and underdevelopment. End poverty. Have the aim. If you are president, have this in your mind that at my time, I want to end poverty. And I want the people to get this right poverty mentality from their mind, because I will prove to end poverty and hunger. Number 7, the last but not the least, courageous leadership. Leaders who stand up against injustice, colonialism. They colonize our mind, and they still want to use this strategy in other means. A leader who will stand against and say, this time no, like Ibrahim Traoré and other African leaders. Say no, no. They can come out, they try to use many ways to get into Africa, but Ibrahim Traoré say no. No. To protect Africa resources and you see, when we are going to battle, we have what? Offensive and defensive. Defend it, sovereignty. That is what Ibrahim Traoré is doing at Burkina Faso. So I can run up with my message that with all these qualities, I can see in this young man. And let me run up with my definition of wisdom. So Africa politicians, please, it's not just only talking. It's not only, addressing people on the current, no. But looking beyond, have a vision. So my definition of wisdom is an act, effect, and practice. God bless Africa. And I believe it will not be easy to have such qualities in some of the African leaders. But we will get there. We will get there. We have many rivers, waters to cross. We have many mountains to climb. The enemies will be there. But we need courageous leaders. Those who will say no, and not at this time. The enemies will be there to resist, to hinder. But with the help of God, we will get there. Africa will get there. And anywhere you are, if you have this skin, if you are black, begin to think as a black man. Africa is not under curse. Our problem is leadership. Africa is not poor. Africa is not a beggar. But our problem is you, who doesn't have the quality of leadership and abusing the people. We need a man with vision. A man with vision. A man who is servant, who is accountable. And name them. God bless you for spending your time with Adkwart Studio. Until we meet again, God bless you. Bye-bye.